All right. Welcome back to PALS TV. So our Friday edition is always one of my favorites. We have a lot of segments that, I just can't seem to stop watching PALS TV on Fridays. They're great segments. Today we have Brooke back with us and our all-star interviewer. And she has some really cool just food for thought questions that we wanted to go over. So how are you today, Brooke?
I'm doing great. Fridays are really fun because it's just like, you never know what we're going to dive into, but it's really applicable to us. And we get to kind of everyone's feedback. So it's definitely a fun day. Fridays are social experiences, but they're really fun.
I need to tell you something.
Oh, what do you need to tell me?
Secret.
Reagan's writing.
Oh, no.
Reagan's writing.
Don't be a tattletale.
Paper.
Okay.
Of me creepy.
Oh, no. Reagan's writing paper. Creepy of him.
Do you know what's more fun? To switch telling your kids to not be a tattletale to snitch. I just think it's so great because now my kids walk around telling each other not to be a snitch, and it's just for a little bit of extra humor on my end when I hear them telling each other. It's a great terminology which swap out for you.
You enjoy it more. Is that what you're saying?
I do. It effectively they basically use it the same way, but it's just a funnier word. Like honestly, when my first kid, when my oldest son was of age to be able to go to the fridge and do like the gopher experiments, he used to go get Daddy Pop, and he'd be like, "Go get a Daddy Pop." That was a beer, So I would have him. So he would bring. So everything's just using the right words. That's
right. Makes it fun for everyone.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about the topic. The title of today is "To Infinity and Beyond." How many of you have watched that movie? Do you know what movie that comes from? Dusty watched it. I see Dusty there. Yep. So all the Toy Stories, right? That was actually the twins' first movie was Toy Story 4. The first Toy Story that came out was the first time that David and I had relief. Like Reagan would watch something for, an hour. And that was the first time that we had a break for that long, that we didn't have to entertain her. So we instantly became Toy Story fans. We love Woody. We love Jessie. We loved Buzz Lightyear. And so Buzz always says that, right? To infinity and beyond. So I looked up, what does infinity and beyond even mean? Is there anything? There is no such thing as beyond infinity. Do you guys know that? There's no such thing. But in geometry, if you do go beyond infinity, it is actually coming back to your starting point from the opposite direction. So I thought that was interesting because when we want to go further sometimes with ourselves or with a company or with our families, and there's something that like we want to do next, even just personally, sometimes you have to come back to your starting point. Like, who am I exactly? And where do I want to go? So almost reevaluating who we are and going back to that ground zero and then deciding, where do we want to go from here? The sky's the limit, just like Buzz Lightyear. So isn't that interesting, Jonah? Like you get back to your starting point if you go to infinity.
When you start talking, we're getting into some really philosophical stuff with math already, like black holes and time travel and infinity. It actually starts, where does it end? That stuff you can ponder for hours.
Yes. So how about we do a little trivia? You like trivia. You like doing some questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to give you hints about things. 20 things that we use all the time today, things that we all use or have access to that didn't exist just a decade ago.
20? Okay? So you're going to give hints on 20 things and then I have to guess? All
Yes.
right. So
And
how
these
about
are things from like 2008 forward. So around that time.
8?
Okay.
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 Who thinks I'll get more than 10 of them? Does anybody
I think
think
you will.
I'll get more than 10? You think is that girl? Yep.
Listen, PALS.
Girl over in Heath thinks I'll get more than 10. Does anybody think I'll get more than 15? No, nobody has that much faith in me.
So we
Hey,
need to
girl.
keep track. Maybe I should keep track. I'm going to do a scores. Yeah. I'll make sure we keep track. We want to make sure we know. Okay. All right. So the first one, a magical web browsing device. A magical web browsing device.
From 2008 after? So an iPad?
It's just, yes. Yes.
Or is that
you got it
their
right.
tagline? Was that their
It was-
tagline?
No, I just kind of made up things.
That was yours. I didn't know because it's been a while since the iPad 1 came out, so I wasn't sure if that was actually part of their what
It
their
did. That was how they were used to describe. It said magical and something else. Magical and something. But I just put magical web browsing device. So that was actually in 2010. So we didn't have iPads prior to 2010. That was 10 years ago. But we feel like we've had them forever, But someone came up with an iPad. It's amazing to me. Like that we would just need it and think of what we can do with them now. In the very beginning, it was just this web browsing.
when Steve Jobs did the whole iPad thing, it was truly a really cool thing. I mean, not many people know this, but Apple had cloud storage, and they had it so early on that they actually abandoned it because they felt like it wasn't working. So they were like first to come up with that, and I had a plate, you could store it, and you could access it from another device, and it was spectacular. And they just cost them so much money, and not enough people were using it. They abandoned it. So sometimes you have ideas, and you have them before they're even. I don't know, like that like the public embraces them kind of thing. So sometimes you can be too early for an idea. People just aren't ready for that much change. And I remember when the first iPad came out, everyone was thinking, is there ever going to be a book again? Are we even, is everything going to be on this? Because everybody's seen the Star Trek things where they just walk around with the invisible iPads, and that was how they got everything. They didn't have, you never see anybody in Star Trek with a pen and paper. So I thought that we were well on our way, but I still have pen and paper around here, but the iPad's pretty cool.
And sometimes I really like that pen and paper. So it's hard for me to go completely digital, But, yeah, that's a neat fact about the cloud. So you went from like a Mac to another Mac. And you could have your
exactly, because the iPad didn't exist yet, but you could I could have a Mac up in Cleveland, save a file there, and then I could go use my login down in Columbus and pull it back down without emailing or anything like that.
Yeah. And now like the cloud is what everyone uses just to have all their storage of everything. So, all right, the next one. Turns off your lights, tells you the weather, even plays you a tune.
Well, there's multiple ones now, but I think I know this one. The Alexa. Well, we can generalize it to the virtual assistant. So
that's
I don't know if she heard me today, but I keep one in my my office as well, and she turns my lights colors and stuff. Alexa, turn the lights in the office blue. I don't know if she can do that. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, Alexa is a and then I gotta cycle through all of these. But yeah, so the Alexa thing is definitely I think
and that's even closer. That was just, we've not had Alexa before 2015.
15?
So 2015. Wow. Yes.
That's really crazy.
You know, when I think of, my kids don't really know how to even like turn a station. They just tell Alexa to do it. You know what I mean? Like, you remember the old dial in the car? I mean, they don't know how to do that or even skip ahead or because they just tell Alexa to do it.
If any of you want to watch something humorous, look up there's a YouTube video of kids, like basically like millennial kids trying to work a rotary phone, and they're so like some mom just put a rotary phone on the desk and she's watching and she's filming it and you hear her laughing and she's it's pretty hysterical just because
they just don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And I mean, even talking about phones, like landlines have even kind of gone non-existent. Like there's very few people that have landlines now. Now in our neck of the woods, we still have access to one. We don't have one right now, but because you don't always have internet. So we've thought about like, what if we have a babysitter and they need to call someone, you know, and their phone doesn't work here. So those sort of things you would need that for anymore, but hopefully we can get more internet in this area. But yeah, it's just interesting to think. They just think, tell Alexa, tell me the weather. Like, okay. Is she going to tell you?
I don't know. I was worried that she heard. So there was a South Park, which sometimes I do enjoy South Park shows. And there was one where they basically made fun of all the virtual assistants. Mm-hmm. Well, throughout the episode, and I'm knowing how those guys are, they probably did it on purpose. Uh-huh. They were having the characters like set alarms and like do all this stuff to but you didn't realize. And so what they had a story as the day after that all these people had their virtual assistants alarms were going off at 2 a.m. and they were doing all this funny stuff because people had the virtual assistant in the same room as they were watching the show.
Yeah, and you know, I saw this the other day. One of my friends on Facebook wrote, like, does anyone else's husband send them songs throughout the day? So like she's at home and like he's having Alexa play "Good Morning Beautiful, How Was Your Night" or whatever. Like, so I'm like, kind of cheesy.
Yeah, so you might have a new level of Alexa romance come into people's homes. And I know, you know, when I go into my buddies' homes, if they have one, learning from South Park, I usually try to add a bunch of random things to the shopping list and set an alarm, something like that. Cause
I didn't know this, but my kids ask Alexa to make an elephant fart.
Yes.
Noise. Yeah.
Yes. You can just ask her to make all sorts of fart noises, and it can keep people entertained for quite some time. Yeah.
Yeah. So funny. All right. So the next thing, dinner in a snap.
Dinner in a snap. Oh. Dinner. I'm gonna go with Uber Eats. No. Are we just talking about?
We kind of have one of those a little bit later, but
okay. Are we talking about like Amazon, like being able to deliver like prepackaged food?
Stuff? Okay, kind of. So meal kits. I'm talking about meal like Blue Apron. Do they have like farm to table, like some different meal kits that you can get subscriptions to? Yeah, that's another thing, like these monthly subscriptions. But this is about meal kits, and they send them to you every couple of weeks, or you can get on a weekly basis. But anyway, they're meal kits. So everything is in there, all the ingredients, everything you need, the recipe, how to make it. It all comes right to your door. So
my sister was just telling me about those. So
those have been around since 2012. That was the first one. They've become more popular, obviously, since then. But and then there's some that now are really they're kind of coming towards the people who want to conserve or recycle. So like if there's leftover food that no one wants to use. They're now making kits out of that. So I think that's neat to make sure that we're not wasting food. But then you can get it tailored to yourself. Like there's the keto box and there's the vegan box. And so there's all types out there. You can kind of think back to like Nutrisystem or any of those have been around forever. So that's a little bit of that was before the meal kits.
But like you said, now it kind of became in everybody's home and available to on a different level. Because I know my sister, I don't know why, but she's just a horrible cook. You know, like almost scary. Like I fear for people's safety when she's cooking, and she swears by those things. She's like, it's so easy. You just dump everything in. It gives you the instructions, and it makes even her talentless, scary cooking personality a someone who can make an edible meal for her family. So it's a pretty cool invention.
Yeah. And a lot of people say it's not that expensive compared to if you're not buying a bunch of other things. Like if you're just doing this for your dinners, then it's really not that expensive. So they've made it even more affordable. But yeah, so these monthly meal subscription boxes or meal kits. So since 2012, that was your first one you missed. Like you're doing good.
Yeah, it is. And I'm 2 and 1.
All right, here's the next one. Wearable trend makes your heart skip a beat.
We'll go with like the Fitbit Apple Watch thing. Yep. I know that. So the Fitbit they did. The Apple Watch was second to the market. They were trying to capture some of that market after Fitbit really set a big trend with that.
And you're right. This was 2009.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. So, and Fitbit, started with just a wearable pedometer basically, and, getting your heart rate. But beyond that, now it's gone to where there's competition and they're escalating. You don't even have to have the internet now. You can wear underwater, like you can submerge them. Like there's like all kinds of additions they made to them. Now you can get your text message or you can even talk on the phone to someone back.
Right.
So
you look like Scotty from,
And that's what I've been thinking about. Like someone posted the other day, like, did you think this would be 2020 with like our mask? But you did kind of think 2020 felt like Jetsons.
Yeah, because when was Aaron will know this one. When did Back to the Future 2? When did they go back to the future? Was that I think what was that, Aaron? Was that
there we go.
Was that 18 or 16, I think?
It was 18. I remember they made a big deal about it because they had the flying cars in it. They had FaceTime, because FaceTime wasn't back then, right?
Yeah,
that was one they actually did.
Yeah, that one is actually. I liked that. Do you remember the 3D Jaws? It was like Jaws 14 or something like that. They thought that series was gonna keep going, but honestly, what they should have went with was Rocky. Because if they would have made fun of Rocky 14, that would have been accurate.
Because that was made in what, the mid 80s. Back to the Future was a mid 80s movie, right? Yeah. So they went 30 years in the future.
So we're playing a game, Aaron, of like we're doing 20 things that we use all the time that didn't exist a decade ago. So Jonah's playing here. He's got 3 right, 1 wrong so far. All right, so the next one is called Visual Social Media Experience. Visual Social Media Experience.
Is that
2010?
I think it's
Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron.
Should I give that point to Jonah or not?
No, because I was going Facebook. Is he right?
Okay. Yeah, he's right. Because Instagram, the new thing with them was they were more visual. It wasn't about your post as much as it was about your picture. So it came with just, the caption was a lot less. The focus was about Insta picture. So.
No, give it. Aaron gets that point, not me. Right. I'm 2 and 2 here. Or no, I'm 3 and 2.
You got 3 right. 3 right, 2 wrong so far. Okay, and Instagram is like, I feel like our age is like Facebooky? Is that what you feel?
I do.
And then like beneath us is definitely Instagram. Like they don't even do Facebook. That's for old moms and dads.
Well, and I heard there's a new one too. My niece was telling me. TikTok. You heard of TikTok?
TikTok. Yeah.
Oh,
it's like a new thing now.
That's already on the banned websites at the Pike household. We had to
Yes.
Yeah. We had to do some mobile device management stuff with the 11-year-old because of TikTok.
Right. No, I get it. All right, the next one, the most popular and wished for item on Amazon in 2017. This was the most popular and wished for item on Amazon in 2017.
2017.
That's a tough one. Any help out there? Does anyone have any good guesses?
2007.
I see some people out there. Dave's group.
Think about what you would have wanted. Think about what your mom would have wanted.
Mom would have wanted in.
They're like electronic vacuums or whatever
I think
they
I got
are.
it.
Roomba. No, that's not it.
I know what it is. It was. I'm going out on a Snuggie.
Yeah.
Was it the Snuggie?
No.
What?
Pretty good. The Snuggie. I remember.
You remember that thing had like all the rage? And
Natalie had one.
And then,
Listen. David had a Snuggie, guys.
Was it camo?
And no, it was like this brown color. And you know how tall he is? Like they did not have the extra long version. So it was like this, like up to his arm, like here, and then like up to his like calves. And he would wear it backwards. Like he would wear it like a robe.
Gila has a question. Do you have a Snuggie, Gila?
I hope you caught that, Brooke. I hope you have a picture of that or something.
What did you say?
Yeah. I said Snuggies are very flammable. Don't try to cook eggs.
Yeah, so he caught on fire. That's why we had to. That's why he got rid of it.
He was cooking in a Snuggie.
Yeah.
There's
this
two
is what
rules.
I'm telling you. He would wear it like a robe, and then he'd be like drinking his coffee, fixing his eggs, and it like caught on fire.
I got the best visual in my head right now. Thank you,
There's
bro.
now two rules. There's now two rules to cooking. Don't make bacon naked, and don't bake in a Snuggie. So just remember that. Those are
everyone,
two rules
you've heard it here
everyone
today.
can
Those
live
are
by.
the 2 rules of safety. Yeah. Yeah.
Caitlin, what do you got?
I have a Snuggie.
Do you have a Snuggie? Don't cook in it, please. For your
Yeah,
safety.
I'm at the pork right now. I'm quick.
All right, awesome.
Is Snuggie like a blanket?
Yeah. Push your arms through. Yeah. Okay, so it's not the Snuggie. I don't think I've even said what it is yet. The most popular wish for item on Amazon, people. Nope. Come on, help them out. It's something
Anybody
your mom
got it
want.
in 2017?
2017. Anybody? Are you Googling? Don't cheat.
No, you stumped it. I'm checking to see if anybody else has any questions, but I think you stumped us all with that one.
Okay, it's the Instapot.
Yes. We have that.
Is that the oh no, that's the neti pot. What's the Instapot?
That's not like a Keurig, is it?
Joan is like,
I was doing remember the thing where you pour through your nose?
Neti pot? The Instapot is like a quick crock pot. So it's like in minutes. You can make like yogurt.
It's like
and
the air fryer of today.
Yes. So gotcha. 2017 most wished for item on Amazon and popular item was the Instapot. So no one got that one either. Joan is still only at 3.
Mommy had one and then she gave it away.
No, I still have it. I just haven't figured out how to use it. Kind of makes me nervous. Okay, so this is a quick lift from point A to point B.
Oh, I got this one. Well, so Uber is now has the market share, but many people didn't know that Lyft was actually the ones that really first came up with the ride sharing. So I'm,
really,
just Uber did it better. So most people associate when they use the term, you know, like how people say Kleenex instead of a tissue because it's the brand, you know. I think most people say Uber, but Lyft was actually the ones that came up with that.
Okay, it's Uber and Lyft, like you just said, and it was 2010. So that's when taxis are so last decade.
Yeah.
No more taxis. You guys probably even know what that is. That's what I mean. Like my kids wouldn't even know what a taxi is. They would be like, what? Talking about. So, all right, you got that one. Next one, where you binge or veg out. Yourself binging or vegging out.
What's that?
Oh, okay. So I had it. I'm pretty sure I know this one. It's Netflix. But I had it. So we actually watched a movie the other day, and my older son was watching, and he said, what are they talking about? And they were talking about the Netflix when they used to send you the DVD. Do you remember that? Okay,
that's what, this says on here, Netflix actually started in 1997 with DVDs.
Yep. So they would mail you so you would pay the subscription, and then they would give you the DVD, and you could keep it as long as you wanted. You could have one DVD a month, or if you were quick with it, you could get it, drop it back in the mail, and get a new one. And it was really cool. And my son did not understand what they were. You know, like he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, that's how Netflix started.
When we first started dating, like we did a lot of Blockbuster. Like we would go to Blockbuster on Friday nights, and we would make a homemade pizza, and we would pick up. But David was really into movies. Like he loves movies, so I don't think our kids would know what Blockbuster is.
I know what Blockbuster is.
What is it?
It's an adult show.
No, it's not an adult show.
Listen, I was trying to explain.
It's where the hunt down ghosts.
No.
I was trying to exactly. I was trying to explain Blockbuster to my son Vito last week, and the whole concept he just couldn't wrap his brain around. From there was empty covers of movies, and then if there was nothing behind it, you couldn't rent the movie. But it wasn't a DVD; it was this thing called a VHS. And what is a VHS? And then you had to get into rewinding and how it became rewind.
Which let's just stop right here. How many of you have rewound a VHS lately?
Lately? I don't think anybody.
It takes so long.
Has anybody ever rewound a VHS?
Can you guys read Columbus? They have something on the screen here.
Get Hakeem on there.
Yeah. He wrote TV and DVD. Good job, Hakeem.
Yep. Yes. So, I mean, we still have like a DVD or a VHS TV at my parents' house, and we have like those old that you'd save forever Disney movies, like Free Willy, Beauty and the Beast.
I don't even have a DVD player. If you gave me a DVD right now, my kids would be like, I don't know where to put it.
Not even a DVD. Wow. Okay. So VHS. So I put in, I think it was Jungle Book. I'm going to let the kids watch Jungle Book, and I'm rewinding it, and it takes so long. Literally, I'm getting frustrated. And that's how long it would take. Like, it's like,
yeah.
Like, wow.
Well, and then God forbid that you, it gets stuck, right? Remember when you had to go back and wind it like you would an old cassette player?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Well, you didn't. Okay. That's because you don't have the rewinder. You had to have the third-party rewinder. That one was faster than the VHS.
Okay, the next one is a homey overnight stay.
I think that this is Airbnb.
Ding, ding, ding. Winner.
What? When did that?
2008, which really surprised me because I feel like maybe the past 4 years I've heard of Airbnb.
Agreed. I didn't think that they've been around that long, but I mean, I guess that it took that long for it to really become socially acceptable.
This past year, it was like 17 million or something people have used Airbnb. Yes. And have you guys heard of like couch surfing? So this is where people like, I don't know what they do in life except this, but they go from like people's couch to couch. And they sleep on your couch in like a new city. Weird, I know. But yeah, couch surfing.
Interesting.
So, yep, I was really shocked, 2008. Okay, the next one, no more slow phone. No more slow phone.
Slow phone? No more slow phone after
No more slow phone.
8? I
This
wish.
2G or 3G?
This is from 2010. Get them on. This is from 2010.
The iPhone, right?
Nope.
No.
3G? 2G?
4G.
4G. Was it a 4G? Jeez.
4G
Okay.
came on the scene, 4G cellular network, which makes everything speed up in 2010. And actually 5G came out in 2019. So that hasn't been long. All right. So no, you guys didn't get that one. Pinterest. Oh, I just told you what it is. How long has it been around? You have to guess the year. When did Pinterest?
2007.
I was going there. I'll go 2006 just because he said 7.
2009.
Nice.
2009.
We were in the realm, Aaron.
And I always joke, I mean, we got married in 2010, but I always say I should get a redo because I got married before Pinterest. If you had a wedding before Pinterest, you should get to do it over because there's so many things on there now. But it also created the DIY wedding. So you didn't need as many people to help you or to do things anymore because you could just figure it out yourself. And it's the same thing with, I don't know, teaching or, you know, you can go online and find anything now to where you don't need anyone to help you with certain things. You can just go to Pinterest.
Pinterest has changed everyone's life, even if you're not on Pinterest, because I get to make stuff. I've never even been on Pinterest, but I get to make stuff that is, can you make this? So now I have a squirrel feeder that's shaped like a picnic table because it was something that we saw on Pinterest.
Online, yeah. And I think about, like, it's really helpful, though, because it's basically, like, people sharing, right, your ideas. And when I think about, like, PALS getting back together or, like, our schools starting back, I found so many ways to, like, put a shower curtain on PVC pipe between desks and just ideas that people have out there to help. Really, it's just idea sharing. I love Pinterest. I think all men don't like Pinterest because, like you, they get the idea, like they get the job after the woman finds the idea.
Yeah.
Have any of you tried Pinterest? Who out there? Does anyone have a favorite Pinterest thing that you've used or done?
I do.
Well, wait, was Pinterest was around before the Snuggie? Did you bedazzle your Snuggie or do any cool like cool stuff to your Snuggie because of Pinterest ideas or anything like that? Or did you just catch that thing on fire?
Have you, David, have you found stuff on Pinterest?
You know how when you roast a marshmallow, that's what the sleeve looked like. So that was enough bedazzle for me.
Were you grilling your eggs going, something smells funny?
The thing is, it's as if the Snuggie, it's almost like you have gas fumes or something. It just explodes. It doesn't catch on fire. It doesn't even catch. It's just like poof. The whole thing's involved. I don't know if it's the lint that's all over it or what. But, yeah.
There's probably some sort of like outer, like layer that's like a pollutant.
I don't know, but like it was like, and it reminded me of a marshmallow cookie.
Yeah, it was like charred. It was like a charred.
The sleeve was hard. After it cooked, it was hard. You could like hear it knock on the door.
I think you kept it for a while.
Well, of course I did. It's my Snuggie. And
then I think we got you a new one, and you like didn't even want it.
I didn't like the new one.
Whatever. Yeah. Okay, there you have it. The Snuggie. Snuggie. Okay, the next one is pixels that wow you.
Pixels that wow you? High def TV.
Yep, ultra high def TV. You got it. That was only in 2015.
Okay.
And just think of how quickly we've come, and like now we're onto smart TVs, and I mean, you don't even, like you said, you don't have a DVD player anymore. Like, yeah. So TVs, and they were talking about how they've become so much more cheap. Like in the beginning, no one could own one unless you were some, fancy millionaire.
Right.
So,
Well, and remember how heavy they were?
That's what I was just
You
getting
remember
ready to
moving
say.
them around?
Yes.
We were just talking about this. I was helping my father-in-law move. Now you have a 80-inch TV, and you pick it up because of two little plastic straps with hooks in a cardboard box. That's you lift up an 80-inch TV, and it's like you couldn't do that before. I mean, they were so heavy.
Exactly.
I remember Mike had one of the big screens, but it was in a box, big screen. So you remember like the TVs in the box back in the day where you had to turn and dial to change the channel? Yeah. Well, think about that in a big screen. So there's a big screen in a box like that. I've never seen it before. But that thing was like 2,000 pounds.
Occasionally, if all of you are driving around, occasionally you'll see those out by the street because once people are done with them, they just push it at the end and hope that somebody can find some sort of use for it, which they won't. Right.
Okay, the next one. It's the most must-have small appliance.
Must-have small appliance. Small those blender things, like the bullet blender thing.
It's already been mentioned today too on the show.
Aaron, I lost that one.
I haven't been on the show.
Aaron, you mentioned it.
Oh, I mentioned it?
A small ball appliance that everyone had to have? Oh, the new one. Oh, now I know. It replaced the Instapot.
Oh, Keurig. I said the Keurig, right? Earlier? No.
Air fryer.
Oh, air fryer. Fryer.
Don't give that. He doesn't get that one because he guessed wrong.
Yeah. It's the must-have appliance, and it only came out in 2017.
Do you have one?
2017.
Do you have one,
Brooke? Oh, yeah. Yep, I have one.
Is it good? Would you recommend it?
You can make like your sandwiches toasted in it. You can do all of the kids the French fries, the ham and cheese.
That I eat all the time.
Is he really? He's asking you if I've been recommending that to him for a whole year, and then he gets on like, what do you think?
I mean, you can make hamburgers in it. You can make chicken.
You can make everything.
Everything. It's awesome.
Everything.
Yeah. And okay. I like it because at a certain age, Reagan can actually do it. Now I help her at the end of it, get it out. But
yeah, my 16-year-old loves the pizza roll quality.
Yes. And Reagan says corn dogs taste like the fair because they're crisp on the outside.
Yes, we do corn dogs in there too. And now you can do the soft pretzel.
Yes. Oh yeah. All right, the next one, a temperature regulator.
Not the Snuggie. I really feel like the Snuggie would be higher up on the big invention list, but I guess not. A temperature regulator. An air conditioner is like a window unit or something like that. It's got to be some sort of newfound air conditioner.
Yeah, Dusty's on it a little bit. He said a thermometer, but what we're looking for is a smart. Actually, what?
Unmute Dusty. He has his hand raised.
You know it, Dusty?
What was the question?
This is a temperature regulator. So think of a more modern device that would regulate temperature.
Body pod?
Air conditioning?
Kind of. We're close. It's the smart thermostat.
I'm sorry.
No. Is that like a Nest thing? Is that what that is?
Nest was the original. And actually, this surprised me. They've been around since 2009.
Wow.
Yeah. Surprised me. All right, next one. Cuisine to your door.
DoorDash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grubhub.
Uber Eats.
Grubhub or DoorDash. Now, do you guys use that? We don't really have it here very.
Yeah, the only time I've used it is when I was sitting where Aaron's sitting. That's because by us, you'd have to have a pretty fuel efficient car and a lot of time on your hands before you were able to get a good DoorDash.
Yeah. Right. Yes. So this actually, the original was in 2004, but delivery actually started in 2015. So Grubhub and DoorDash, Grubhub started back in 2004, but to catch on, and then as far as delivery, didn't happen until 2015. So it's kind of interesting to think about because like you're asking, I guess pizza has been happening forever.
Right, that's the original DoorDash right there. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I've lost count, but you're doing well. All right, you guys are going to love this one. Flirting digitally.
I know this one.
Is that
see, we've both been married too long, but I think I know this. Hold on.
This is like replacing bars and meetups.
It's called what's a dating app called?
You talking about Tinder? Is that the
Tinder.
one?
Yes, Tinder.
Thank you.
That's it.
Tinder.
And
when was that?
2012.
2012.
Yeah.
Well, there we have it, everyone. 2012. That was the beginning of the end.
Yes. You can meet anyone online now. And so it's interesting. They match you up, right? Like you kind of put your profile. And I actually thought Tinder was spelled Tendr, but it's not. It's Tind. Like I thought it was like, oh, Tinder. Love me, Tinder. No, it's Tinder.
No offense to everybody out there that has to use that right now, but I am so happy that I don't have to swipe left or right or anything. Like it just feels like wow, that's what we've come to, huh?
Yes.
better having to like pose for a picture. Like I hope I can get swipe right. If I can get
I don't know about you guys, but
on good or bad side.
Like this is my swipe left side. I gotta show off my swipe right side.
Now here, like we have like commercials, right? You guys have like the eHarmony commercial, and then have you heard the Farmers Only?
FarmersOnly.com.
Yeah. So like you can now match your up by your, living type, I guess, where you're at and what you do in life. So yeah. Okay.
I tell you what, insurance companies have the catchiest little commercials and themes, don't they? Like those are the ones that get stuck in your head, whether it's Farmers or Liberty Mutual or Progressive. Aflac with that duck.
Yes. That is true. Way to point that out.
Are you
okay? So the next.
What was that?
A savvy way to send or receive your money.
Hey, stop.
I'd say
Venmo.
Venmo.
Venmo. I was gonna go Apple Pay. I don't even know what's Venmo.
Okay, so Venmo is an app
PayPal.
that if you need to like share paying for a meal, or you need to share like getting in an Uber, or if there's some sort of like thing you need to share as far as the amount of something, then you can exchange it. I use Facebook Pay now a lot.
You can pay through Facebook?
Yeah.
You can pay through anything now, Aaron. You can text pay now.
So you can, go ahead and pay people through Venmo. Venmo started in 2014.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So I've seen it used a lot in like workplaces. So if everybody wanted like, we're going to go to wherever for lunch and you go pick up the order, then you just tell everyone how much they owe you. And you paid for it, but then they send you their money through Venmo. So 2014. Okay, the next one, groceries in a hurry.
I Feel like
Amazon. Can't you get your Amazon groceries?
Amazon, or was there something before that?
We can't hear, but this is called Instacart.
So that
You guys
was.
don't have that?
I mean, I think Amazon's just taking it over. Maybe Instacart was first.
So it's from 2012. Instacart, that's how I get my groceries. Aldi delivers them straight to my door.
Oh.
So I go on, I choose all the things I want. Actually, here you can order Instacart through CVS, through Aldi, and through Big Lots. So someone's like your personal shopper, and they bring it straight to your door. It's awesome.
And can you like choose any grocery store, like from, say I want it from Kroger's instead of Aldi's, or
it depends if they're Instacart like
members or whatever it is.
So you would go on Instacart, it's the company, and then there's certain in your area stores.
Don't do
it. So Kroger's not going to offer it because they have Kroger pickup. They want you to do that.
Right.
You know, but yeah, pretty awesome. And actually personal shoppers are really popular right now, as far as like, I've seen a girl that was an Instacart shopper for me. She's moved her own personal business. I was like sliding her card in saying like, I'm actually doing this now and I won't charge you the overhead fees, and I'll even go to Walmart for you, and I'll make sure you get, you know, she's like offering different things. So personal shoppers are coming back too, especially during the pandemic. There you go. Instacart, you heard it first, 2012. All right, doing away with email in the workplace. Doing away with email in the workplace. Are you guys still here? Okay.
We still kind of use email, so I don't know what did away with it. Like Microsoft Office 365 or something like that.
So this came out in 2014. I have never heard of it either, but I can see what they're talking about. It's called Slack.
Slack?
Slack, S-L-A-C-K. And basically it's immediate, like everyone can see it. Don't you guys have something kind of like that?
There's
like
there's
Box, like our
like
like a server kind of thing. Is that what you're
right.
talking about?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's basically, there's no more dumping your email box. There's just like everything comes to this one app.
Right.
And
Yeah, that makes sense. We do have things that do that, but Slack must have been first. I think maybe the reason why they didn't clean up so much is maybe they didn't take a very good job picking their name, you know? Like,
right. Yeah.
I feel like if you're trying to get into the workplace, maybe you don't name yourself Slacker.
Be a slacker.
Or like, you know, the call-off king, you know? Like, there's just...
Right. Okay, this is our last one. Google's version of a smartphone.
Oh, that thing. That's
is that Android?
Android. That garbage.
You can tell that we're all iPhone people because we're like, I don't even want to say it.
I know there's a few people on here that really want off mute.
Yeah.
They have some good things to say about Android, but
right.
Sorry, I know everybody's still muted, so we're iPhone people.
We're not going to unmute you if you're an Android person. I'm teasing. So it was 2005.
I think Nick's an Android person.
2005 Android.
Yeah.
Yep, that's when they came along. So, I mean, I think we did really well for, you know, out of 20, I would say you've got at least 75%. Give it up for
I'm
Jonah.
glad Aaron was on here for some help. So.
Good job, Jonah.
So, thank you, Brooke.
You're welcome.
So, for I know we went over a little bit because Brooke's segments are so cool that we just couldn't stop on time today. But stick around. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. We're going to go get set up. The next segment is our Zoom happy hour. So go get your drinks, you know, because I got my Arnold Palmer ready. So we'll do our Zoom happy hour. We'll put on some virtual backgrounds. I think I'm going to go in this outer space, and then we'll meet back here in 10 minutes. Until then, I will let you guys socialize, and we'll see you soon.
this is original too.